This video is to replace the 6.1 video on Math TV where the link is not working, where we're going to discuss in several segments here the change from percent to decimal, decimal to percent, and then later from fractions to percents and percents to fractions. So let's start with the first topic, changing a percent to a decimal. The first thing we need to understand is what the word percent means. So per is a fraction bar. Just like when we talk about miles per gallon or revolutions per minute, different things that happen with your car, those are always with the miles, the per, and then the gallon underneath. So the per is just our fraction bar. Then the suffix cent means 100. In the same way that centipede or century or centimeter are all words that use that base word cent. So when any number that you're given with a percent symbol on it can be thought of as a per 100. So for example, if you had the number 4 per cent, that means the same thing as 4 over 100. So if you say the name of this fraction, 4 hundredths, it tells you the name of its decimal. The 4 is in the hundredths place, the 0 in the tenths place, and then there's your decimal. So let's look at the examples that we were asked to do from the video. To change 23% into a decimal, we would write 23 per cent. That can also be said 23 hundredths. So the 3 needs to be in our hundredths place. That would put the 2 in the tenths place. There's the decimal. There's the 0. To do the same thing with 9%, we would write 9 over 100, or 9 hundredths. The 9 in the hundredths position, 0 in the tenths. 9% is equal to 9 hundredths. For 6.34%, we have an extra step we're going to need to do. We write the 6.34 over a 100, but it's not really legal to have a decimal point in the middle of a fraction. So if you remember clearing fractions in our ratio or decimal unit, by multiplying the top by 100, we can get that 6.34 to turn into a 634. But anything we do to the top of our fraction, we need to also do the same thing to the bottom. So that new bottom is going to end up being 10,000. So the name of this fraction is 634 ten-thousandths. In order to write that as a decimal, we put the 4 in the 10,000ths spot, the 3 in the thousandths spot, the 6 in the hundredths spot. So we need a 0 to hold the place of the tenths spot, our decimal point, and then our leading 0. Likewise with this one, when we write this percent as 0.9 per cent, we once again have a decimal in the middle of our fraction. So we're going to clear that decimal by multiplying the top and bottom, in this case, by 10, because we only need the decimal to move one place. Now our new top of our decimal is a 9, or I'm sorry, new top of our fraction is a 9, and the bottom is a 1,000. So this fraction is called 9 thousandths. So if we place the 9 in the thousandths place, there's the hundredths, the tenths, our decimal, and our leading 0. So I want you to notice that there is a pattern that seems to reoccur over and over again in all these problems that we've done. If you notice the 23, moving the decimal point 2 places to the left would give us the same answer. Here, the decimal point was at the end. By moving it 2 places to the left, we also get the same answer that we got down here. Moving this decimal point 2 places to the left gives us this answer, and moving this decimal point 2 places to the left gives us this answer. So the shortcut, when you're going from a percent to a decimal, is to move decimal 2 places left.